trip down memory lane.
Wow.
Okay, so
Really doesn't.
here I was, just a year or two ago, Monique. I think this was in 1989. So I've been in the vineyard of property tax reform. Even before that, I was commissioner of the Cook County Board of Property Tax Appeals. And I think it's very important this week where the legislature is really going to be involved in a lot of issues involving the people of Illinois, that we put property tax relief and reform right on the top of the agenda. I've been working on this issue for 30 years or more, and it's important, I think, that we have some fundamental reforms, especially regarding property tax issues. And I've spoken to the Speaker of the House and the President of the Senate, and I'm confident we'll get good attention to an issue that affects really every taxpayer in Illinois. The largest tax system in our state, by far, is the property tax system. We get a letter from the county treasurer, and it has our property tax bill, which for most people is the biggest levy they pay. The property tax system itself in Illinois collects more money than the income tax and the sales tax combined. And so it is important that as we go through this next week or two, that we have reform in the property tax system. One thing I've been for quite a while, and I think we have a good chance of getting attention to this year, is a taxpayer action board. Would be modeled after the Citizen Utility Board. Here's the envelope, the first envelope of the Citizen Utility Board. Are you fed up with soaring utility bills? Was the question back in 1983 when CUB began. I was involved in getting CUB passed into law and been a CUB member since it began. But our idea back then was to have an insert put into public mailings that would alert individuals on how they could join a group to fight for their interests. Back then it was CUB, Citizen Utility Board, and utility rates, but the Taxpayer Action Board, TAB, follows the same principle. We could put envelopes into the assessment notices and the tax bills that come to us. Tax bill like this one in an envelope. If we inserted a business supply envelope, it's a way to organize property taxpayers on behalf of something that they really believe in, and that is reducing their property tax bill. And that's what our goal is. I favor the extension of what's called the 7% cap in the property tax assessments in our state. It's basically a more generous homestead exemption of about $20,000. I think we need to have that. I think the legislature should pass that this week. I also think we need to put onto the assessment notices and the tax bill much more information to taxpayers about what this mysterious system is all about. And I wrote a book, actually. I haven't made a movie out of it yet. I'm waiting for the movie rights to be sold someday soon. But I wrote a book, How to Appeal Your Property Taxes Without a Lawyer. And in this book, I had a lot of the information that exists in the system, but isn't made known to the average taxpayer. It isn't on their bill, it isn't on their assessment notice. So I think we should have a law in Illinois that requires, where this information exists, the taxpayer be told about that so they can do their own research and check up on the system. This is a list of all the sales of real estate in a particular assessment neighborhood that are similar to the subject's home. Most people don't know in Cook County, for example, the entire county is divided into assessment neighborhoods, and they use computer-assisted mass appraisal, which is a mouthful, on how to assess our homes. And one of the questions I think a lot of people have is, how are the assessments going up when property values for most folks are going down? So I think the more information we get to taxpayers about the computer system used in Cook County, and also the information any taxpayer can get about sales of real estate similar to their own. And then there's also another sheet that the county assessor has, but isn't always known to the taxpayer, and that's the characteristics of your house. It might be how many bedrooms, or how many bathrooms, how many square feet do you have in your house. In this book I have an anecdote about somebody who got a $551,000 tax bill, thought there might be some mistake, and they went and found in the property characteristics of their property the assessor had decided they had 351 bathrooms in their house and raised up their tax assessment. So mistakes can be made. Seems to me the best way to help prevent mistakes from happening and correcting them when they do happen is more information to the taxpayer. So under our proposal, which is called the Homeowner Property Tax Relief Initiative of 2010, this year, sponsored by John Bradley. John is the chairman of the